welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Current Events and Constitutional Commentary channel. Now, if you don't know, this is a commentary channel, and what I do is I talk over the video. Well, I hit pause and then I talk, and then I hit pause again and then I talk. So please don't comment that I'm talking, because I'm telling you that I'm going to talk right now. But if you're a regular viewer, you know how it is. Let's go ahead and get it on. All right, so we got a police pull over here. This is a long one, but it is what it is. But basically, this is a constitutional commentary channel, so I'm gonna tell you about one of your rights, and that is freedom of speech. And you can always say whatever you want to government. When I say government, it doesn't have to be an elected official. Police officers are government, so you can curse them out and all that, and they can't say, hey, it's disorderly conduct, because they're government. The only person you can't really curse out face to face will be the president. Yeah, you end up in trouble. But otherwise, government workers, police officers, you can curse them out, you can give them the finger. It's all freedom of speech, and I'm not sure why this cop doesn't know this.
You're pulling me over for?
So disorderly conduct and obstructing a peace officer.
So my freedom of speech?
So you yelling out the window, flipping me off, is distracting me from my job and hindering my investigation that I was roadside with.
No.
That don't make any sense. So he was on a stop. He went by and gave him the finger, and he said that hindered his investigation. That makes no common sense at all. And even if he yelled an obscenity to him, he's government. You can do that. Okay? The disorderly conduct had to defend somebody else. It's just him. He's government. He can't be the complainant. But and there's been court cases on this. I'm pretty sure. Well, y'all might not have seen some of these wild cases where people actually got arrested for giving the finger, and then it goes to the court, gets dropped, and then lawsuits happen. I don't know why this cop is pressing this issue. My guess is here that he will not get arrested. But it's kind of like when you get arrested, you can't beat the ride to jail. You can only beat him in court. So I'm pretty sure he won't get arrested for this, because it'll definitely look bad on him if he try to go through and do arrest. If this is what the officer said, is that he yelled at him and gave him the finger, and that hindered his investigation, man, this is retarded. But these are our cops out here.
No.
Okay. Well,
Obstruction is a physical act.
Do you have your license, registration, proof of insurance?
Yes, I have everything.
Can I have that?
I would need a lawful reason for the stop.
Disorderly conduct and obstructing a peace officer.
That's
So disorderly conduct, like I said, who is the complainant? Can't be him. Can't be him. Okay? It was directed at him. Just imagine going down the street and the cop saying you're disorderly conduct. It's just crazy. But it's freedom of speech. Like I said, you can't beat the ride to jail if he gets arrested, but you'll win in court all day long. And then once you win in criminal court, you take them to civil court and you strip them of their qualified immunity and you get in their pockets. That's the only way you're going to stop cops from doing stuff like this, is when you hit them in the pocket.
You can hand me your license.
obstruction is a physical act.
Obstructing me again. So do you have your driver's license, registration, and insurance?
Yes. I'm gonna need a supervisor.
What's that?
I'm gonna need a supervisor.
A supervisor?
Yeah, so the backup you called, hopefully it's a supervisor.
You're gonna have to cancel the order.
Negative. If you get
No, I'll just let it run, and I'll tell them I got pulled over for no legal reason. One of these is registration.
Sorry, now you're not gonna hit Denise.
I need a name and badge number.
Sorry?
Name and badge number.
Deputy Helmer, 1328.
You do realize that pulling me over for my freedom of speech is a violation of my First Amendment right?
And that is correct. Constitutional violation. But you always may run into a cop whose ego is big and very anal in particular and would try to get you for anything.
You will lose your qualified immunity for this, you know.
That's fine.
And
If folks don't know, that's the protection cops get when they do wrong. When they do wrong, nothing happens to them. But when cops do things that have already been established in court, like case law, then they can be stripped of their qualified immunity. And what this means is if you sue them for like, I don't know, $50,000, the city and the taxpayers won't pay it. But this sheriff, this officer right here, the money would have to come out of his pocket.
I will take you to court.
That's fine.
All right.
So you should read up on the disorderly conduct law.
I have all my information right here. And I will be giving it to your supervisor when he shows up.
You can hand me your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance, as well as the passenger, please. You are requested by law to do so.
I have it right
A
here.
lawful command to give me your driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance, as well as your passenger.
Passengers don't have to ID.
Now this is funny. I don't know where he tried to add that because I didn't know he was talking about the paperwork. I know when you get pulled over, you got to show your license, registration. But I know he threw in that passenger stuff, but then he tried to say by law. Now, I don't know what he's talking about, and I don't know why this guy is trying this. Now, it's not a what's the word for? Anyway, it's not all situations, but if you're not the target of what he got pulled over for, like if he got pulled over speeding, or in this case he got pulled over for talking to the officer, you didn't get pulled over, okay? So you don't have to identify. Now, that doesn't always apply. Like if he found like some drugs in the car and nobody wanted to own up to it, then he can technically, get you to identify because it could belong to either one of y'all, especially if the drug was on your side. Or like even if you weren't wearing your seatbelt, they could be petty, say, hey, you got a violation, then you got to identify. But something had to be related to you. At this point, all the officer said when he pulled over is that the driver was doing this and that. That has nothing to do with you. So the passenger does not have to identify. And don't offer it. Don't be nice. Just be like, no, I don't want to identify. That's it. I mean, otherwise, all they're going to do is they're going to get your stuff and run you through the system. Then you got to wait longer because, some of these computer systems run slow. They behind. They got big databases. Just say no and skip that part. So I hope this passenger won't ID. But look like the guy knows his law. He might be watching my YouTube channel. And if she tries to identify, hopefully he'll stop her. Let's see.
Yes, they do.
That's a violation of the Fourth Amendment.
And the disorderly conduct.
There was no disorderly conduct. That's freedom of speech.
Okay, sir, I'm going to give you one chance.
I'm going to ask for your
So I'm gonna ask for
supervisor.
your driver's license one more time. If you fail to identify yourself, okay, I'd like to have it.
I have to present it. I don't have to give it to you.
So thing here, even though he's put him over for a bogus charge, you still normally would have to, give your driver like if they came up with some bogus charge of whatever infraction that you did, we all know it's a violation. Then yes, you got to give him your license, insurance, and all the other stuff. Now, in certain states, depending on the wording, you don't have to physically give them the card. You just got to display it, which means show it to them or put up to the windshield. I don't go that far. Like I said, if it's a legit reason, I mean, I'll give them my license. Because if you're stopped, you got to give them your license. There's just no way around it. Okay, so it's no way around it. Even if they make up a excuse, you can't beat that there on the side of the road. You got to go to court and beat that. If he makes up something, say, hey, you didn't turn on your turn signal, and you say, yeah, you did, you still got to give up your license if he pull you over. That's just the BS that you got to deal with for cops.
To present it.
And I'm asking for your registration and insurance.
Right here.
I can't read it through the window.
You're going to lose your qualified immunity for this.
Okay.
And see, some cops are willing to go the whole 9 yards, risk their career, risk being sued just because of the ego. There's a lot of cops like this out here that would chance it. Bunch of dummies, but they would chance it.
That's fine, sir. I don't really care about that right now.
Yeah, because it's the taxpayers that pay for the lawsuit that you caused. I know.
But like you said, if he loses qualified immunity, it won't be the taxpayer. Well, you can still sue the city, but you can sue the cop himself, and he would have to pay. And of course, that won't be taxpayer.
Okay. Okay. And do you have your license?
It's in the back seat.
Okay. What's your name?
I plead the fifth, sir. Sorry, I'm
Okay, you are required to identify
invoking
yourself,
my
because
right.
What I saw on my traffic stop was you flipping me off. And yelling
First
at me.
Amendment
I don't know who
protected
yelled, I
speech.
don't know who flipped me off.
First Amendment.
See, he's trying to do like if there's like some drugs in the middle console, he's like, whose is it? Whose is it? Because if I'm not mistaken, I'm rewinding back. He trying to say he got flipped off, and now he don't know who flipped him off, and she could have been the one who flipped him off. So now he's trying to bring up a disorderly conduct charge on her, or whatever other charge he was doing. So here's the thing: if you are the passenger and you are charged with or suspected of doing a crime, then yes, you have to identify. But he's making this up. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a pickle, because even though it's made up, he's going with this, and then when it goes to court, he's not wrong until it gets to court. So at this point in time, because he believes there's a charge, you have to identify. But he's clearly making this up. Like he just sat here and said that she gave him the finger. Let me just wind it back a little bit just to make sure. Let's go.
I plead the fifth, sir. Sorry, I'm
Okay, you are required to identify
invoking
yourself,
my
because
right.
What I saw on my traffic stop was you flipping me off. And yelling
First
at me.
Amendment
I don't know who
protected
yelled, I don't
speech.
know who flipped me off.
First Amendment.
This is crazy. So he sat here and said he don't know who did it. But when he came up to the window, he was definitely talking to the driver. But now he's saying he don't know who flipped him off or who yelled. So, like I said, it's kind of like the weed that's sitting on the middle console. Is it the drivers? Is it the passengers? But if nobody claims it, then both of them can be accused of the crime because it's there. You know what I'm saying? Even though normally whoever owns the car, it goes to them. But that's if nobody claims it, because like if there's like weed sitting in your lap, it doesn't go on to the driver. You know what I'm saying? But now he's trying to say one of the two did it. So one of the two obstructed whatever he was doing when he had somebody pulled over, and he's saying that they did disorderly conduct. Like, this cop is the worst. To change this and then make stuff up is just crazy.
Amendment protected speech.
Okay, so, sir, please educate yourself on disorderly conduct before you start spouting it, okay?
You
Please
can't
show
make a
your
law
right off
against.
But see, on disorderly conduct, he can't be the complainant. That's another thing. If they did what they did it to him. He can't be the complainant. Who's the one who complained about the obscene gesture? Where are they at? That's how disorderly conduct works. Like, he can't take him down there for disorderly conduct, and then on the ticket, there's somebody offended by it, and it's the cop. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that anywhere in the USA. So, like I said, stay tuned to this channel. I help you out. Because the cops are going to lie to you all the time. And sadly, they are legally allowed to lie to you, to get you to give up your rights and all the other good stuff. It's sad but true. They can lie to you, and that's what he's doing right now, lying badly.
Any of my constitutional
I need
rights.
your name and contact information.
Can you guys get the lights off my eyes? I have them.
I don't know what this contact information is, because like I'm not giving them like my phone number or social. I'm not giving them. If I ID and I give you my driver's license, that's it. I'm not giving you nothing else.
Migraine,
It
and
is
I'm
not on
doing.
your eyes.
It's right in my eyelight.
Okay, what is your name? Right now you are obstructing, and I'm just gonna let
My
you
name is Ruth, but
Damn,
I
she
refuse
broke.
to give you my last name.
What's
She
your
broke-
last name,
okay.
Ruth?
I just told you I refuse to give it to you because you do
Okay.
not need it.
Guys, I'm not playing this game over and over with you, okay? I'm telling you you're obstructing me because you committed...
You don't know what obstruction is. You don't know what disorderly is.
he don't know what obstruction
Those
is.
are first
I'm
person.
not arguing with you, sir. I'm done with you for right now.
All right,
I'm
so-
talking to her.
I did nothing wrong.
So, Ruth, what's your last name?
I've done nothing wrong.
Hey,
What is your last name?
First Amendment protected speech. That's what this is.
And he did it again. Is that another charge?
If you fail to identify yourself to me, you will go...
Yeah, you could get one too. First Amendment protected
Thanks,
free
Nigger.
speech. Free speech. First Amendment.
Okay, the lights, please. Please, I can't.
First
It
Amendment.
doesn't bug me.
No,
That's what you pulled
have
me
a
over for.
concussion.
Okay.
The
And
bright
I'm not shining
lights.
my light at you.
Where's
No,
your
he
supervisor?
keeps shining the light over here.
Hey, I called.
ENSMINGER.
You're gonna have to go slower. I'm sorry. I can't
Damn.
write that fast.
She gave in.
EN as
Not
Nancy.
cool.
M as Mary. No. ENSMIN.
Just so you know, to get more money in your lawsuits, like you don't have to like get arrested and go to jail, but you get more money if you get arrested and go down to jail because it's taken away from your time and stuff like that. So you got like damages, you got like punitive damages. So if you want to go the lawsuit route, you got to hold tough and let them arrest you for the wrong reason, go to jail, because you'll get more damage and more inconvenience, and that'll all come up in the civil trial. You get more money. Just a little tip.
GER.
What's your date of birth, Bruce?
You can look it up by looking up my name, sir. Seriously, I've only lived here for so long.
So what is your date of birth?
June 9th,
Of what year?
93.
All right. Give me 1 minute, guys.
My eyes can't handle this.
You do realize that he pulled me over for First Amendment protected free speech?
Well, he's saying it's disorderly conduct. So
Yeah, flipping him off and saying fuck the police isn't disorderly. That's First Amendment free speech.
there's not much I can do.
All right, well, you could stop shining the light in here, Hurt. All right, you were just doing it 2 seconds ago. You guys need to learn what the actual laws are.
I'm gonna have to have a cigarette.
You realize it's First Amendment protected free speech. You guys are pulling me over for.
I didn't make the stop.
Well, you could let them know what First Amendment protected free speech is. And you could also let me know what your name and badge number is.
Yep. Branson 15.
Name and badge number.
Deputy Rollins, badge number 1315.
All right, because nobody here is stopping him from violating my First and Fourth Amendment rights. Everybody's qualified immunity is going to be up for grabs.
That's what you do to make them nervous. Let them know that their partner is doing something wrong, and the fact that you're on the scene and you're not doing anything about it, that you're going to be a part of the litigation. Because there is a rule, you know, in most departments that if you see an officer doing something wrong, you're supposed to stop him. You're supposed to step in. You're supposed to do something. Now, all these cops know is that he shouted an obscenity to him and gave him the finger. They should know that's the First Amendment protected speech. So I will pull all of them into my lawsuit.
Everybody's qualified immunity will be out the window.
Yep.
It's just the thing about these officers they are willing to risk to go along with this other officer just because he's police, he's a blue gang. They're willing to risk their career, maybe losing a lawsuit, all because somebody gave his partner the finger. Willing to crash out over this. Crazy.
You got an ETA on that supervisor?
I really need to smoke.
You asking me?
Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't radio. I'm having.
but you got a radio. You can hear when he says he's coming.
He's with the county. I'm with the city. We're helping him out. So.
All right, well. Have his little buddy over here call and see when the supervisor's getting here.
Imagine getting on the radio and say, "Hey, I got a car that gave me the finger. I need some backup." I mean, really.
What do you want me to stay put?
No, you have to stay put because they're going to be assholes about it, I'm sure. When's your supervisor getting here?
I'll call him.
Now, and like I said, remember the cop said they gave him the finger, but he don't know if a man gave him the finger or if a woman gave him the finger. I mean, this is crazy.
The radio's dead, but I'll call him.
No, the other guy was supposed to have already called him. Instead of calling the supervisor I asked for, he just calls for more backup to violate my rights. He doesn't know what free speech is. I bet you he doesn't even know the 5 points of the First Amendment. There's 5 points. The free speech is just the first one. I also got the redress of grievance with my government, which is the flipping them off and telling them to fuck you or fuck.
Now, he's correct. He's expressing his grievance with the government. He can regress. That's all he's doing. When you curse at a police officer or give him a finger, you're allowed to do that under the amendment. I don't know why these officers act like they don't know this. I don't know why they go along with this, but I know if he gets arrested, then all that stuff about qualified immunity, this guy is not joking. I mean, it's going to go out the window. These cops going to pay.
Grievance with my government, which is the flipping them off and telling them to fuck you or fuck police. It's all protected. Free speech. Literally. Supreme Court ruled on it numerous times.
And he's not lying. Supreme Courts, regular courts, they all ruled on this numerous times. There's there's people getting off on this all the time for getting the finger and filing lawsuits. These cops are clueless.
This is going to be lovely. I notified him before he violated my rights, so he knew he was violating my rights. That means qualified immunity goes out the window. I'd hope at least one of you guys knows that.
Hey, Bear Creek, so he's about 7 minutes out.
All right.
He's on his way. Okay?
Well, I notified this officer he was violating my rights before he did it. So qualified immunity isn't going to protect him.
Well, I don't know what the stop was for. He never said. He just asked.
He literally said it on my camera. It's because we yelled, fuck the police, and flip.
Here's the thing. They stand around waiting for a supervisor or whatever. And this sheriff is like, oh, I don't even know what the stop is for. So he never went over and just asked the guy, hey, what did you pull him over for? Like, they don't talk. They just pull up and don't say a word to each other. You really didn't go ask him what it was? But the dumb road won't save you, okay? He's here. He's on the scene. And he's getting pulled over for some fictitious crime, and he's not stopping it or telling him to do anything. You could be implicated on the lawsuit. You could be in it. You could be involved. You can end up paying up. But he's going to try to play the dumb role like, oh, I'm just here. I don't know what's going on. You know, I'm just back up. You know, I don't know what he stopped you for. It's not always going to work for you because you got to use common sense. Y'all in the same gang. All you got to do is go over there 2-3 feet and ask him why you put him over. It's that simple. But I'm pretty sure he knows why he got pulled over.
Flipped him off, which is First Amendment protected speech and redress of grievance with my government. And
Government? What's your government?
you guys, you're government agents, right?
Right, but you said your government, like you were implying that you.
No, it's what.
So this sheriff's officer is retarded. He doesn't know that he's government. How he didn't know he was talking about you? You're government. Police officers are government. They work for the county government, the county sheriff. That's government.
The wording of the First Amendment. Do you know there's 5 points of the First Amendment?
I know there's probably more than that. It just depends on the state.
No, there's 5
Because
points.
every state has its own amendment.
Well, he's not that bright, and hopefully y'all are brighter than him. The Constitution is not by state, okay? You don't have more rights in one state than the other. The Constitution is for everybody in the United States, okay? It's not by state. It's a federal thing. It's not by state. I don't know what this guy's talking about. Like, if you go to Maryland, you only got the First Amendment. If you go to Virginia, you got the First, Second, and Third. D.C. only got the Fourth. What is he talking about?
Yeah, but they can't overturn anything in the
they
Constitution.
Don't, but they just add things to it, right?
5 points. I got freedom of speech and freedom of redress with my government, which is everybody's government, the government.
Okay.
And he's violating on both of those.
Okay.
And he got my license and information, which is a violation of my Fourth Amendment. And I'll let him know that too.
Well, if he's conducting an investigation, you are required to identify, so that's not a violation.
Not if I haven't violated the law. He has to have a lawful reason. He can't just pull anybody over and ask them for whatever he wants just because he wants to. He has to have a lawful reason. A law
Facts.
that I broke. And this trumped up, disorderly or whatever he's trying to say is bullshit because it's freedom of speech.
Now, the cop might have heard us a lot, but the guy here is 100% right. It's a trumped up bullshit, disorderly conduct, plus obstruction charge for giving a finger and calling him a swear word.
It's literally the First Amendment. No.
No, it does.
The only situations you can't be is you can't yell out shit like fire or rape in a crowded room. But I can yell fuck the police any day of the week. The Supreme Court already ruled on it. Flipping the cops off, saying fuck the police, literally protected speech. It's literally in a song.
It being in the song has
NWA.
nothing to do with it being a free speech.
Yeah, it does, because they tried to ban the record because
Ice
of
Cube.
that. And it didn't work because of free speech.
NWA references are a little bit different than you doing it up front and in person, right?
No. Freedom of speech is freedom of speech, just like I could say fuck you and flip you off right now. See? Is that disorderly conduct?
I don't think it is.
Because it's protected by the...
He just said he don't think it is, but that's exactly what he did, and that's exactly why he got pulled over. So at least he's trying to be halfway okay. But I don't even know why he said I don't think it is. It's not disorderly conduct if it's directed towards him, government.
First Amendment.
It's not the way I perceive the law, so...
Well, you can't perceive the law whichever way you want. You have to follow the actual law. And the actual law says it's my First Amendment protected free speech.
Okay.
Numerous Supreme Courts have already ruled on it.
I'm not here to argue with you, man. I'm just here because he asked for assistance, right?
Well, you would best be assisting him in letting him know that he's violating my rights and he's going to end up with a lawsuit. And he might want to change his mind. You don't want to assist him with what would actually assist him in not losing his job and qualified immunity?
I don't know what happened. I don't know what was said. I don't know what was done.
Well,
I
you
don't know
can-
anything.
Well, if you're here to
wasn't
assist
there
him,
with
you
you.
could ask him what happened.
Now, is that common sense? You're here to assist him. He called for your assistance, called you over, but you don't want to go ask him a simple question about, hey, what you got here? What you pulling over for? You're a gang. Like, there's two other officers there, right? The city cops. They're not over there asking them why you got pulled over. They're just like, oh, never mind me. I'm just here backing you up. Don't tell me anything about what's going on. I'm just here backing you up. This is retarded.
And he'll tell you exactly
It's
what
not
you
my
told me.
investigation to conduct.
You're here to assist, right?
Assist, yes.
Yeah, that would be assisting. Finding out what happened and
No.
assist with the
I'm
situation.
letting him conduct his investigation.
All right. Well, you're going to be called into court too. Along
That's
with...
fine. I haven't done it.
Right. Why do you want to be called into the court over this BS? And he let me rewind a little bit. He said, he hasn't done anything, which is almost kind of true if he truly doesn't know why he got pulled over. But the cop is right over there to his right. He can find out. But I guess he wants to stay out of it. But either way, he still won't get pulled into the lawsuit. He's there. He's on the scene. He's stopping him from going.
with the
I'm
situation.
letting him conduct his investigation.
All right. Well, you're going to be called into court too. Along
That's
with...
fine. I haven't done anything.
I would have...
I'm
Well,
not
yeah, you're
holding
gonna
it
be a
here.
witness.
I'm not asking you any questions.
Well, you're going to be a witness that he did these things. And
I'm not a
it-
witness. I wasn't here when he stopped you.
You'll be a witness to
The
what
only
I've told
thing
you.
I've seen is him trying to make you identify yourself.
Unlawfully, yes.
That is
After
not
I was
unlawful.
saying it was unlawful.
If he has a lawful reason to stop you,
He
it's not
doesn't have a lawful reason to stop me.
I
That's
don't
the
know
whole
that.
point. Well, you should
That's you versus
confer
him.
with your cohort over here that's committing the criminal act. And then maybe you'll
I don't know
learn
how
that...
many different ways I can tell you that I was not there, so I don't
Okay.
know why he stopped you.
Go
I know
ask
what
him.
You said, and I don't know what he said
'Cause you didn't
he's
ask
in
him.
the middle of doing an investigation.
on something that's not illegal.
I'm not a supervisor. I can't investigate his investigation.
Yes, he's not a supervisor, but regardless, if he sees another officer do something wrong, he is required to act.
So which one of you grabbed my door over there? You were the one that was on that side. Is it you that grabbed my door handle?
Yeah.
Which is another violation of my Fourth Amendment?
No.
Yeah, because I'm...
If we need
Wow.
to get you out of this vehicle, we can
Nope.
take you out of this vehicle any way we need to.
If it was a lawful stop, which it's not. But I also,
don't know that.
I also had my paperwork out and was waiting for a supervisor.
He's almost here.
And I could have showed him the paperwork, but you guys are
That's not how
so
that works.
eager to attack people.
That's not how that
Yes,
works.
that's
We
how it
don't have
works.
all night to waste sitting here waiting for
Yeah,
you
you
to
do,
identify
because we're
yourself.
going to sit here all night waiting for him either way.
Now we are, yeah.
Because I asked for him, so he would have came here either way, and we would have sat here either way, right?
And before the supervisor gets here, how do you think the supervisor, going to act? Is he going to take the sheriff's side, or he going to take the driver's side and say, "Hey, my sheriffs were wrong. You have the right," or is the supervisor going to back his officers and say that he broke the law, obstruction, and disorderly conduct? You got about a couple more minutes to think about it. What do you think the supervisor is going to say? You got 2 minutes before you show up.
Right, okay then. So your argument is invalid. You guys just do stuff because you think you can, but you're violating people's rights.
Oh, okay.
That's a violation of my Fourth Amendment right.
violating
You might want to look up the...
Am I violating your rights right now?
You
just
did
hanging
by
out
opening my back door?
I didn't open it.
That right there says that it's open.
Is it open?
Yeah.
It looks pretty close to me.
It looks like you tried to open it, and then you
looks pretty
stopped
close.
as you were violating my Fourth Amendment right.
It looks pretty close to me.
Doesn't look pretty close to me. Looks like you tried to open it, and you stopped because
If
I was
tried to
already...
open it, I would have opened it all the way, right?
No, because you already heard me talking about this motherfucker violating my rights.
Once again, I can only go off what I have, and I don't have anything because this is not my.
Because you won't ask.
Because what?
You won't ask him. You know
Once he
exactly
gets
what
out of his
happened because I
vehicle-
told you, but he will...
Once he's out of his vehicle, then I can have a conversation with him. But he is currently working.
So is this new guy here, is he the supervisor?
Nope, he is not a supervisor.
Does he know what anybody's rights are and that I'm having my rights violated right now?
I don't feel like involving him in this.
Well, he's on the scene, so I need a name and a badge number.
I'm Deputy Kaczynski, badge number 1390.
Do you want to assist this officer in the stop and tell him that he is violating my rights for First Amendment free speech?
Don't know how that violates the First Amendment, but
Well, he pulled me over for saying fuck the police and flipping them off. And if you know anything about the First Amendment, you'd know that that's a violation of my rights to pull me over for doing so.
I don't know the reason why he pulled you over. Like, as Deputy here was saying, I just showed up, so...
Well, one of you can ask him. That would be a good idea, right?
I'm completing the investigation.
You got two big police dummies. None of them are too smart enough to just go over there and ask him why he got pulled over. They just want to play this. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I just got here. I know absolutely nothing. Like, you got 5 cops here. There's 3 sheriff. You know, one's in there writing the ticket or whatever. There's 2 city cops that came to assist. So you got 4 cops. Not one of them thinks to go over there and talk to the guy and ask him why he got pulled over. Not one wants to talk to the police officer and ask him that. Does that make any sense to you?
Well, yeah, you guys could help him in the investigation, assist him, like talk to him, find out if something actually happened that was against the law, and assist him if it didn't happen.
Well, our supervisor's here now, so you can speak with him.
All right.
But I'm just gonna tell you that, like, all of this could have been avoided by not doing whatever you.
By not
that's why he
using
stopped
my
you.
First Amendment free.
So first, he's trying to put it back on the driver, saying this could have been avoided if he didn't do what you did. He's about to try to tell him what he did, but then he kept saying, I don't know why you got pulled over. So that means he don't know what he did. But now all of a sudden he wants to give some directives, some cop-splaining, and tell the driver what he did. Although for the last 15 minutes he been saying, oh, I'm just here as a backup. I don't know what's going on. But now all of a sudden he knows that this happened because the driver did something. Doesn't make any sense.
speech.
That's why he stopped you, right? All of this could have been avoided. All this.
So I
nonsense
shouldn't
could be
use my rights
avoided
because I'll
by
get pulled
not
over.
doing it. There's no need.
So don't use my rights and I won't get pulled over.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying don't be ignorant. There's different.
I'm not ignorant. He's ignorant for pulling me over.
I mean, I'm not just gonna drive down the road and flip people off.
I am, because it's my free speech. It's my First Amendment protected free speech. And
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people won't like it. Just because somebody else don't like it does not mean it's illegal, okay? Some people use their right to do this. Some people use their right to do that. Okay, so you can do what you want as long as it's not illegal. So this guy trying to tell him how to run his life. I'm not gonna tell a driver what to do. If he feels he want to utilize his right to say F the police, more power to him. It ain't affecting me. But of course, he wants a cop explain and try to tell him, hey, in the future, don't go down the street and say F the police. I mean, don't tell people not to exercise their right. Only talk to these people when they break the law.
It's a redress of grievance with my government because assholes like you guys have pulled me over and assaulted me for nothing.
I have not pulled you over, and I have not.
I said assholes like you.
Oh, okay. Right.
So I've been doing this for over a month now.
Doing what?
Flipping off cops and telling them fuck you. And I've been waiting for this because I knew there was some ignorant little bitches out there whose ego just couldn't fucking take it.
That's the unfortunate part about this job, man.
Yeah, you gotta leave your ego at home. And
I know, I agree.
And
that's
half of them don't.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
And half of them don't, like this guy. He couldn't just take that somebody said fuck the police and be on about his night. He had to go violate somebody's rights.
Ken? Corporal Mihalik, Sheriff's Office, your request supervisor.
Yeah, badge number?
On duty. What's that?
Which badge number?
1333.
Alright, so you're an actual supervisor?
I am the shift supervisor.
Alright, this officer pulled me over because I said fuck the police and I flipped him off, which is my First Amendment protected free speech.
Okay.
He is now violating my rights. It's also my First Amendment redress of grievance with my government. So he's violating my First Amendment right. He took all my information, which is a violation of my Fourth Amendment right because it was against my will.
Okay.
He has no lawful reason for the stop. And I'm hoping that you'll fix it.
For no reason.
Otherwise, we'll all be in court. And it will be a nice lawsuit.
Are you familiar with disorderly conduct, Montana Code Annotated?
Well, if any of y'all said that he would say that his officers are wrong, you can see where this guy's going. Like, he's talking about disorderly conduct. Who is the plaintiff of the disorderly conduct? It has to be somebody else around. It has to be. It can't be just the police. But, that's his partner or, well, the guy that works for him. He's going to back him up. Whether right or wrong, he's going to risk his career. He's going to risk paying out of his lawsuit just to back him up, knowing that it is his First Amendment right to say F the police. You can't criminalize that and call it disorderly conduct. Like he said, it's been in court proven time and time again. These cops are idiots.
I know that it can't violate my First Amendment right.
So disorderly conduct is when you disturb the peace by using profanities and such. So
Profanities are First Amendment protected speech.
That's a lie. I don't know what he's talking about. Like if you see a cop walking down the street, you can sit there and start saying profanities to him, not people around him. Okay, and people can hear you cursing. But if you're regressing your government, a cop is government. It's not illegal, and I can't believe this supervisor is coming off like this, talking about using profanity towards a police officer. What is he talking about? It's been in court time and time again.
okay. Well, that argument needs to be had in court.
Yeah.
So he's
Well, it's already been to court. It's been to court numerous of times. So his defense is that using profanity against police officer is disorderly conduct. Like, I can't believe that he's going to go out on a limb and try to back up his officer when he knows his officer's in the wrong.
finishing up some paperwork right now, and then we'll get you on your way. All right?
You might want to stop him before it goes to court because you guys are all going to get sued. You're all going to be named in a lawsuit because you guys didn't stop him from violating my rights after everyone here was informed.
Conducting a lawful traffic stop, so. Okay? He's conducting a lawful traffic stop, and you can talk to a judge about it.
One matter of business. You're trespassing Burger King. You're not allowed to come back for
One, I didn't even know I was trespassed.
Damn, no more whoppers for her.
Or now.
I didn't even fucking know.
Well, I don't know anything about it.
Because I was just here the other day talking to Travis, the general manager, getting my paperwork down for food stamps. And he didn't tell me I was trespassed.
Okay, So Hamilton PD has something that you need to do advise you to.
I'm gonna sue fucking Shelby Shields to fucking hell.
Okay, so I'm just letting you know on
Fuck
that
the
part.
general manager, dick.
And then this is citation. Do you have 10 days contact the justice court? One of those two numbers. My name and badge number is at the bottom. It's
For what?
Conduct and obstructing a peace officer. Do you have any questions regarding that?
I'm trying to figure out who he wrote the ticket to, because he said he didn't know who said F the police or who gave him the finger. Let's go back a little bit. It sounded like he gave the ticket to her.
Bottom is
For what?
Conduct and obstructing a peace officer. Do you have any questions regarding that?
Yeah, so her saying, or one of them saying fuck the police and giving the finger, obstructed him because he was on a call or something, so he had to turn his attention, and that's obstruction. It will never hold up in court.
Again, this is for you. So
A ticket for violate.
Damn, he gave them both a ticket for the same thing? This is crazy. He don't know who even did it.
My First Amendment rights, yes, I know.
Okay. Disorderly conduct and obstructing a peace officer.
My First Amendment
You have 10
right.
days to contact the justice court. One of those two numbers. My name and badge number is at the bottom. Do you have any questions regarding that?
You need to look up definitions of shit and learn the law.
Okay.
Because you
questions?
just violated my rights.
All right.
This is sad because, like, these officers don't care. I mean, it really kind of hurts me a little bit because, like, he doesn't care about this. He knows he has a bullshit charge, but you holding these people up in the rain, okay, and you're actually going to write these tickets on bogus charge. Because here's the thing. It's just like getting arrested. You can't beat the ride. So he writes the ticket. You still got it. Like, he's going to beat it, but you got to take a day off from work. You got to go down there. You might go down there, get postponed. You got to come back again. Like, he's creating time and havoc on his people only because he came up with this bullshit charge. Like I said, I hope that he sues the heck out of him and he pays out his pocket. Once he when he has to go to Bank of America and withdraw his money out of his account and pay for this, that's the only time he going to stop doing this bullshit charges, this bullshit harassment. That's the only time they're going to stop, when you make them pay out the pocket.
I'll see you in court, motherfucker. Fuck the police.
Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you think, man. But all these cops will ride or die off this bullshit charge of obstruction and disorderly conduct. And they're risking going to court. They're risking getting sued. They're risking their job. This is ridiculous. Spread this video around, man, because we just don't need any horrible cops like this. This is just ridiculous. Like, comment, and of course, subscribe.